So hi again, welcome to another video. I actually thought I'd get onto a lawnmower. You'll have actually seen one, but that was my own lawnmower. Well, Laura's backup mower. This one will be the first one I'm going to sort out to sell in spring. I've had this maybe a couple of years piled up, and it's a Honda Eco HRG 41C. It's self-drive. I've never tried to start it. The carb's hanging off. You can't see brilliantly there, but we'll get to that soon. And there's a few parts missing, but I've got them because I've got loads of Honda spares. So I've got parts for this. This is the GCV 135 engine. They look the same as the 160 engines, but yeah, they're just slightly smaller. And yeah, it probably could be an okay mower. I don't know how far I'm going to go on this. The deck's good, but flaky. It's got some flaky bits on it. If I can get my sandblaster working, which I'm hoping to do very, very soon, and it might be working by the time you see this video, so we should see how things go. But I would strip it down and sandblast the deck, because it's quite a small deck. It'll fit in the cabinet, and if it does it quick, say like, because sandblast this deck in 20 minutes in the cabinet, I'll do that, because just a light sand over, bit of primer, go over with some black aerosol and a bit of aerosol lacquer, and I've got a nice shiny smart looking mower. If not, it'll just be repaired as it is. I might just daub the black bits, the rusty bits in with a bit of black, and yeah, that'll tidy it up. The top handle is more or less had it really. Someone's made a right mess of that. I don't know what they've been doing, but the cables actually look intact there. They look intact, so hopefully the cables are okay. I've got some, but it's just a job I don't have to do replacing them if these are all right. I've got some handles with both levers on, because yeah, it has to have the two, because it's got the blade, not the blade brake clutch on this. It's just got the engine stop one, and the drive one. So, and I've got a bag as well. So yeah, it's could be an all right mower. So my first job will be, I'll just check in a minute if the blade's bent or not. I don't think it is. I think it's okay, because there's no point pursuing an engine really. You need to know if the crank is bent. I think this is okay. I'll take the carb off, give that a clean, because it has been sitting outside for a long time, and then I'll get that all fitted back together. It's got oil in it and they all look quite clean. Yeah, it's not terrible, so that will definitely do to start up with. The recoils are okay. Exhaust is everything's all on there nice and solid. Spark plug cap was off, but the plug is in there, so that's good. The blade will sharpen. It doesn't look too worn, and under the back is a bit flaky. We will get to look at that better. You can't see there, but we'll look at that better as we move along with this project. I've just come out here just basically to sort out in the shed, so I thought I'd start the video of this, but we'll get some light on it when I really start on it. The caps are all there bar one. I think the only one missing is this front one there, and the wheel has actually got a bit of damage on it as well. I have got another one of them. I always thought that one of them levers was broke, but it wasn't. It just overrun at the back, because I've never even really looked at these before. There's still another one outside which should come with. That's like a 21-inch mount field, but I might mention both this one and the other one on a chat video earlier on. But it's time now to get on with it. Even if I just get it running and the deck isn't the best, it's going to have a little bit of value. So yeah, well worth doing these ones. I only generally do ones with Honda engines on, unless it's a quick fix on another type. It's just the return is much better on a Honda mower. So yeah, I'll see how I get on with this. Yeah, I'm going to turn it. I'll probably turn it around in a minute, then get that carb off, give that a clean up, and then yeah, tomorrow see if it starts. And if I can, the handles are up my unit. If I can get the handles, I can see it if it drives. But when I pull, I think it's that cable. I think it's that one. When I pull that one, the drive does lock. I'm going backwards, I think they do. So you can tell, I can tell it's actually doing something inside. Generally, they don't cause a lot of problem on these. Usually these ones rotted real bad, but this one is solid. I think they're the model that sort of come out before the Easy ones. But I think the decks, if I remember rightly, were made in Italy, I think. And this is there's a label for it. year 2000. Oh, you can't quite see the year 2000 there. No, actually it says this is France. But some of these decks were made in Italy, I think. I remember. I had actually a brand new deck for one of these, and I was going to use it on here, but in the first lockdown, I think a lot of people were getting on with projects, and I actually sold the deck for good money. So I thought, as this one wasn't rotten, I won't put a brand new deck on it. I'll either tidy this one up or it can go as it is. So anyway, I've talked about it long enough. I think it's time to get on with some work on it. So yeah, there'll just be that carb really. I thought there's more to do. And the handles I'll grab tomorrow from my unit, so I can get everything so it functions right, and then yeah, we can see if it's a runner. So I'm working on this carburetor off of the Honda Eco, and yeah, it didn't have a bowl on it. All I could see was the top part of the carb like that on it, so it didn't have a bowl on it. So I have got one here. It's got a bowl on it. I'm not even sure where this one come from or anything, but I'm going to use the parts of this one for the original carb and hope that original carb is okay. The jet was loose as well, so yeah, it wasn't very tight at all. So obviously the bowl missing everything. Someone had been in here before. So these usually are a bit of a pain. They you undo them, but they don't sort of. You have to sort of put a pick in to sort of just lever it a tiny bit to get the jet out. That's what I find anyway. So they ain't done it very good now. It's as if there's a split in the threads along the way. But we've done that now. If it comes all the way out, which it hasn't. Yeah, we've got that out now. See if that's blocked. Whether you'll be able to see very well through there. I'll look up at the light. Yep, and that is blocked. I've got the airline here, so I'll just blow that through and see if we can unblock that, but I will. Still blocked. So, let me just get a glove on and I'll blast that through with something. See if we can unlodge that. I haven't really got any pin things. Some people buy the little pin things that clear them. I mean, I've got some, but I think they're too big. Yeah, but that's going to have to... Initially, I'll put a wire brush hair through it just to see if I can open it up a bit. Otherwise, I could use a jet out the other one. It isn't really going to matter, but it's just better to clear its own one up. Go that way. Clearing it. I think there'll be a hole through there now. Yeah, there is. You might be able to see that. You might not be able to, but anyway, I'll blow that through. I think you'll be able to see that. So I'll just blow. You have to take my word for that one. Yep, you can see that now. We have cleared that. Whether it's cleared enough or not, I don't know. I have got these little things here, so perhaps they might work. They're well, oh yeah, they do work all right. I always forget I've got them. They're like little welding cleaner things, which I think a lot of people use. Let's see what size. Might as well try and put the biggest one I can through, and then I won't go through. That one will. That won't. That one. Yeah, that one. A little bit they're a little bit like small files actually, so very small files, so they do, yeah, it's opened up the hole quite good now. So I will just blast a bit of carb spray through it. There you go, that looks nice now. So that's that part done. I've got to get that little tube out, which I just usually do with a pick and push it through. But I'm losing stuff at the moment. My picks have got a little bit worn out now. I could do with a new set. There we go. Got that out now. That's another thing. I'll just I'll just give it a bit. There's the tube. I'll give it a bit of a blast through. I'll just check it's all clear. Clear. That's all clear, that is, anyway. So I'll just give it a blast with this. More than likely someone just had some issues with the mower. It wasn't running great. Someone had a look at it, give up on it, and that was the end of it then. And then I landed up with it. So now that screw's got to come out. Try and remember roughly where that screw come out there. I can sort of tell how that come out. Not far. I'm just going to undo that. If you really want, you can screw it all the way in and count. But I roughly know where that was, so I'm not worried about that. There's this screw there. Has to be removed. Quite a vital one, that one, because you do get gunk and rubbish in the sort of chamber below there. So I'll take that out. Then when I blow it through, that'll allow me to clear through there. So that's where I'm up to now. Just blasting all through the carb here, there and everywhere, really. About trying to get the camera. Should have had 2 gloves on, now I've got carb thrower on my hands. My hands are a bit stingy anyway because I've been working, trying to clear a petrol tank out today, and I've got some acid on them. Washed it quick, but it's still stinging a little bit. Let's do a bit of carb clean. I usually use carb cleaner, but I have used WD-40 before. I hate when it sprays bad. Now I get the airline up here. Good old clean down. We'll just double check that little one in there again. If I can push that nozzle in enough. Yep, that's all right. I sprayed it through there, so one more blow off and that's the main carb. So now we're onto the second carb, just for the parts we need. So I've had some fun and games here. The carbs were different actually. I never knew that some have a shorter needle valve. So yeah, you learn something new every day. Usually it seems to be the same, but these are shorter. For some reason, where's the carb? That colour carb, slightly sort of more of a golden colour. That seems to be different in them ones than in, say, silver carb. So yeah, don't know why that is, but not bothered. I found the one I need now, so this will do the job. It might have been, it would have probably been quicker cleaning another carb, but They were in my box of carbs. I keep a lot of spare carbs. Every old one is put in a box. So, yeah, I don't know if they're any good or not, and I don't know whether this one is or not, but I will try it. If it runs okay, all well and good. If it doesn't, it'll go in the ultrasonic cleaner. If that doesn't work, I'll probably label it and chuck it in a box in case I need spare parts for one at any point. So, done that now. I have got to put the bowl on a sec, but I'm just looking which way that goes. I know it goes that way, so I should probably put it on. Probably put it on like that, actually, because of, I don't think it stops on the float anyway, but you don't want that bolt bit side the float. I can't remember what way they go, but as long as I'll go that way. That's what I'll do, just like that. So get this tube back in, get the main jet we cleaned out back in, which is lovely and clear now. Should be no issues with that. Yeah, I just got called for dinner, so I want to get this back together before I go in. I'm not sure I'll come out and do anything more tonight. Isn't the best screwdriver in the world for this job, but I have got one here that sort of does seem to work better than most, if I can find it. Give that a quick blowout at the end. I usually do, just in case. I think I said before, just in case a little bit of the metal comes off and just blocks a hole. Can't see it happening really, but it's just a habit I've got. So I've worked out that goes towards the tank. I'm putting that there. Can always twist it around if I want to anyway. It's not going to be a problem. Not that I ever use a drain one really. I usually, if there's an issue with it, I usually either let them run out themselves until the engine stops, or if I haven't run for a long time, I don't usually bother even investigating. To see if it will start, I usually just clear the carb out first, so I can at least disregard that, even if the carbs aren't that brilliant. They usually run, so at least it's good enough for it to run. This one never would have run because of that jet was blocked, so I'm sure the carb will run. Only issue depends how well it will run. So we'll just see. Have got some, I think I've got one or two new ones, Chinese cheapy ones in the drawer. I've had a long time, but nice to keep the original Honda ones. They do run better on the original Honda ones, but that's back together now. So yeah, that carb hopefully will go again. I have just got a little bit of gasket just to take off on there, if I can find a knife. Should have done it first really, but if I angle it the right way, it won't go in the carb. Managed to find all the bits I needed, so this can go back on. Air filter the lot, so it'll be complete. And there we go. And the carb's been done. So yeah, let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, like I said, I put it in the ultrasonic cleaner, get a second chance, and that'll be its last chance, because I won't pursue it after then. But yeah, that's nice and clean now, so always give it a little shake as well. If you give it a little shake, you can tell where the float's moving, because I have put them back in before and I have been stuck, but in here it's moving. So now I'm going to get this carb back on. I think I've got all the bits I need here, and it shouldn't take very long. So that block, we'll just see there, it's still on there. I have this bit that fits between, that was missing, but let me just check that the hole goes that way around. That'll go in there like so. This will go on there. Actually, before I do any of that, I want to put the choke arm in and the governor arm. And while I'm at it, I might as well do the spring as well. Show you in there. That choke arm's gone on there, and the governor rod's on, and behind there is a governor spring. I'll just close up that spring a little bit with my finger. So now I've got the fiddly bit, trying to get everything all in together, but it shouldn't be too bad. I've looked, and I do need a throttle cable as well. All the gaskets are actually stuck on there, so I'm okay, but I forgot something. I've got to put that fuel pipe on, like so. So yeah, now I've got that pipe on, so I can put this on. Make sure your little metal bits are in there. There's one in each side. Sure I checked, but I'll just check again. Yep, they're in there. So yeah, I'm ready to fit this piece on now. So just get it in line, everything in line. You have got to put the breather pipe in, so remember, I usually start like this. You probably can't see very well because it is fiddly and trying to get you in shot is difficult. But there's a breather pipe behind that pushes on the back. It sort of goes into under there. And then I've got to put that little, well, that sort of heat shield bit what I just showed you with the gaskets on. Make sure that's in line. Nearly there. Handy on this one because the actual block to the engine was already basically stuck onto the engine, so it made my life easier. Rather than going up with that type of that, I'll do it with a socket. Should have a bar on it really, but sure we'll get the bar. We'll need a little bolt in there as well. I'll do that off camera or at the end when I service it. Just want to check it's a good one first. If it's a good one, then we can go on with the project. I've got an old, actually some new filter. I like putting an old one in first, but I don't think I've got one. I've thrown them all away, so we'll just go with a new filter. I think it might have been in something. I might have took it out of something which had one fitted, but obviously they tried to do a quick fix on it. It didn't work, so probably come out with another mower at some point. There we go. So now the carbs are all together. The tank is bone dry, so there isn't any muck in there because it's bone dry and looks clean, so that's okay. So I'm working on this mower again, this Honda Eco mower. And yeah, last night I come out and I did the wheels. I was going to just change the wheels, but in the end the bearings were all seized on adjusters, so I could have freed them off, but all the mechanism was on the back of the other wheels I had, so it was just easy to change the one bolt in there. Just sort of hold it together as you do it, and then everything sort of works okay afterwards. And yeah, so I just decided to put them on. And these wheels I think slightly better because these ones aren't plastic, they're actually rubber tyres. The other ones were plastic on the front of it, so yeah. Oh no, there is some rubber on there, but yeah, it actually broke on the side there. But anyway, they've been done. They were well rusty, so they've been done. Now what I'm going to quickly do, and this will probably be off camera because my tripod won't go up this high and it'll be a bit awkward to film it, but all I'm going to be doing is just unbolting them to the bits there, putting the other handles on, changing them two cables over. The other one has a good throttle cable on, see there, so I'll just put that onto there, and then we'll be ready for a start up on this one. I'll see if it's any good, see if it runs well, and I'll show you that when I start it up. And yeah, we can see if this one's a goer. And then what will probably happen to this, if it's all okay, it'll just be put to the side at the moment. And then I'll decide, like I said, cosmetically what I'm going to do with it. So let's see if this Honda starts up. I've just put some fuel in it. I don't believe the carb's leaking or anything. So yeah, we'll see if it starts, see if it drives, and then we'll go from there. The stop cable, the one I had to try and free off a bit, but it isn't brilliant now, but it will do the job at the moment, and then I'll sort that out afterwards when I know if it's a good mower or not. So it's on choke already. So I've put a new spark plug in. Let's see if it makes any difference. Yeah, so all that catching noise was, it was a blade slightly catching the deck underneath. I just had to bang a bit back around the front there with a hammer, and that was fine. So it's running fine now. And yeah, we've basically got a good one. Cosmetically isn't brilliant. The underneath is very crusty. So it's basically what I decided to do with this one now. But right now, I'm going to cover it up, cover the engine up, tuck it in the corner of the garden, and then get on with another one. And then I'll decide in a week or two what I'm going to do with this one, and whether I leave it as it is or whether I paint it up and make it look nice. Like I said, it depends on other things, whether the sandblaster's working. So yeah, yeah, I'll leave this one here. Hope you enjoyed the video of, well, getting this one up and running. You may see it again, you may not. It depends, like I said, what I do with it. If I do a paint job on it, you will see it again. If I don't, it'll just have a quick service and just a quick little basic tidy up, and yeah, that'll be it. So we'll see how this one goes. But I hope you enjoyed the video of this Eco Honda, and I'll be along with another video again soon. So thanks for watching.